I'm here with the back by popular demand. Pew, pew, pew. Dominique,
hey,
Gerald, we're out here about to go look at a record collection and possibly some hi-fi audio gear, possibly some recording gear. Guy owned a studio, he had a studio in his house, had a bunch of hi-fi equipment. The seller said he had something to suck up all the dirt off the records, so that's probably VPI or something. So yeah, that's a good stuff. We got a U-Haul truck. We're ready to fill it up with some gems.
Yes, we got a big U-Haul truck.
I'll big it.
We'll fill it up.
I can put a car in here if I want, so we'll see what it got. Boy. Dom, what you got to say about this?
This collection or the whole experience?
Whatever, just give me a word.
Oh man, I'll say that it's been very eventful and exciting with all this stuff that's in here. Really cool guy that we're getting these records from.
Yeah, I got a bunch of records, VPI, and then got this gear. So, coming at you
Live.
I hope you enjoyed that intro. And every time me and Dom go out to buy some records, I always film one of those, and sometimes I show it and sometimes I don't. But sometimes I don't make a video about the record collections that we find, but I always post about it on Instagram. So if you do have Instagram, follow us there. And every time we go out and do stuff, we always have a lot of fun and post all about what we do. So anyways, that's just more of a fun community aspect than a record aspect. But got this collection, ended up getting all the gear that the guy had as far as like his sound setup goes. Had like an acoustic research turntable. He had some really interesting speakers. Had like just some other components. Got everything. He had passed away a few months ago, and his best friend was also in his band. They were bandmates, and he was helping his widow sell the collection. And so his best friend actually bought his collection a few years ago, so that's how we knew each other. But sad situation. I always hate these situations where I go in and get the records, in an estate sale. So I try to do the best I can for the widow, because I know my wife will probably one day have to do it for me. So try to use that that logic to treat people well. But there's a lot of stuff in this collection. There was around 1,500 records, maybe more, maybe less. And the majority of it, there was a lot of, from a record dealing standpoint, there was a lot of like $5 to $10 records. So, usually when I do a flip video or I do a drop or I do a video, I don't even talk about that stuff. I just put it out, So there's like a lot of rock, prog, like jazz fusion, a lot of jazz fusion stuff. So a lot of that type of stuff I've already put a lot in the shop, and I'm like gradually almost every day putting more stuff in the shop. So if you're in the area and you like that type of thing, it's all like really clean. Guy, like I said, had a VPI. Everything was cleaned. I mean, everything was in tip top shape. He did have some stuff when he was young, like you could tell when he was a kid, that isn't in perfect shape. But most, like I would say 85-90% of everything was like super clean. Before we get started, if you're not familiar with my channel, I have a record store in Matthews, North Carolina. Everything that I find, I put in the store first. So this is all going out this Saturday at 10 a.m. in the shop. You have to be there, no holes, none of that. You have to be there to get it. So we kind of serve our local community and give first dibs to the diggers that are willing to get out there and come into the shop. So we don't ship this stuff. If it stays in the shop for more than, a week, 10 days, something like that, I might consider shipping it. But just before you call the shop and, check the date on this video, because I'm not going to ship anything unless it's been, I'd say, so on the safe side, 10 days. But anyways, but most everything will probably sell. We have a good, healthy community at the shop. So just know that going into this. If you're not local, maybe you just would like to see some cool records. Hopefully that's what you're in for. So Here we go. Kind of the draw on this collection, the cool thing was he had a lot of 90s stuff. You know, some of it's not like, now I wish he had more like grunge and stuff like that, but some of it's not really super cool 90s stuff. Some of it's just rare because it's rare. It's just worth a lot because it's hard to get, you know what I mean? So because they, you know, when they were phasing out of records and going into CDs in the early 90s, they barely pressed any records. And so when you get a hold of this stuff, even if it's not like a really rare, desirable record, it becomes rare because there's not that many of them. So it's all supply and demand. So anyways, I'll start going through the records. I'll stop talking so you can see what we got here. The one immediately drew my attention was this Pink Floyd Division Bell. This is a sealed original US, and these have that like a transparent blue vinyl. I have one of these in my collection, and I've actually found more of these sealed than I have found open, but found a few sealed copies of this over the years, probably because the people that bought them didn't listen to them. They just bought them because it was Pink Floyd and their completest or whatever. This came out in 94, so this is probably the latest record in the whole collection, I think, as it being 94. But anyways, so that was one I was really happy to say. As soon as I walked in, I was like, my eyes just went zoop, right, because I could see that spine, and I just knew it. This is one a lot of people's going to be excited about. This Donald Fagen. This is a really rare one. What year was this? 93. So the farther into the 90s you get, the more valuable they get. But this is one I know I've had a bunch of people come to the shop saying, have you ever seen, you know, this? And I'm like, no, never. And it being 93, it's just one of those that's rare. You know, obviously got the Night Fly. And a lot of this stuff is super clean. This is, you know, hard Dire Straits to get on every street. Original press, super, super clean. As I go through this stack, you'll see some. I just pulled out some cool stuff. This is a sealed Joni Mitchell Blue, and unfortunately, it's not an original. It's a probably mid to late 80s reissue. Same with this Zeppelin 3. It's not an original, but it's sealed. Probably early 80s press of this Zeppelin 3, but it's still just kind of cool. This Stevie Ray Vaughan, Skies Crying, is kind of a tough one to get. 91, you know, so it's just kind of probably one of his harder ones to get. And then he had a ton of Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff. This Family Style, that's still sealed. Instep, Couldn't Stand the Weather. This Texas Flood is still sealed. So some really cool stuff there. Another one that's hard to get, this Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This one, I know before they reissued everything, this one was really, really tough to get. And I love this record, man. So good, but still sealed, original press. This one, Living Color, Time's Up, still sealed. This is a tough one to get, this Rush Presto, and it's still sealed as well. There's a lot of sealed stuff in here, so that Rush Presto is hard to get. Santana Brax, this is sealed, and this is probably an early to mid 80s reissue, but it's still kind of cool. Same, you know, with this Axis Bold as Love, it's still sealed. But it's funny, I don't think I've ever seen this Doobie Brothers record. This is called Brotherhood. It came out in 91, and it's just one of those, it's just expensive and rare because there's not that many of them. So it's kind of cool. This Eric Clapton, 24 Nights, I actually have a copy of this. It's incredible live stuff. Recorded at Royal Albert Hall, 1990 and 1991. Yeah, this is an original sealed. Awesome. This is original sealed Paul Simon Graceland. Fantastic record. This is one that's just really tough to find. George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice, is a sealed original of that. And that's like, what, 1990? So, this Bonnie Raitt is kind of a rare find. This is Luck of the Draw, sealed. This Natalie Cole's it's a 91, kind of a rare sealed one. This one is an amazing MoFi, the Chicago Transit Authority. I just found one of these a few months ago. I've spun it a lot. This is a killer record, and yeah, a great MoFi. You know, this is one that's becoming harder to get, and a lot of people request, is Tracy Chapman. Fantastic record. This is one I was really excited. I've got some, well, so that was all like the 90s, like kind of rare-ish stuff. And I've got like a ton more. I'll kind of show a little bit of a flip video, but I mean, as far as the drop this Saturday, I probably have like 300 or 400 records there from this, and some other stuff that's come along. But here I'm going to show you some just like vintage stuff you had, like older. Probably the best one is this Robert Ludwig Zeppelin 2. The vinyl is original Pipe at the Gates of Dawn, the original Tower, and the vinyl is like really clean on this. Probably one of the cleaner copies I've found, but yeah, incredible. This is one that's kind of tough to find. This Tom Scott Honeysuckle Breeze. Yeah, this is a second press. I think it's like a 72 press, but it's still kind of hard to get. It's a Soft Machine. This is the band cover with the rotating wheel. Really cool, great psych record. This Fleetwood Mac is a great one. The Peter Green era Fleetwood Mac. Great stuff. This is one, I mean, it's not in super good shape, and it's not really that rare, but I thought I'd mention it just because I love getting these. It's called Gracious. Incredible psych record. Out of this world. And they're cheap. This will probably be like $15, you know, just because it's got like a little bit of tear on the cover and all that stuff. It's not in great shape. It's not an expensive, rare record, but it's just one I thought I'd mention. This is a original Vertigo, Aphrodite's Child. Yeah, some of the original U.S. pressings are on Mercury. This one is a Vertigo. So, really nice copy of that. This is Compost, Life is Round, kind of a jazz fusion-y record, a little bit rare. This is one I love to see anytime I get it. I get excited. Electric Mud, one of my all-time favorite blues records. Man, this one, I have spun this a million times. Love it. And then there's another one I love getting these. Love Out Here. Extremely underrated psych record. Absolutely love this record. Phenomenal record. Some really heavy psych guitar on here. This is one, you know, if you don't have it, get it. If you'd like to see a complete video of everything that we're putting out on Saturday, we always upload those on Friday afternoon on our Instagram page. So follow us at Noble Records. That's where you can see all that stuff. But a lot of really cool stuff going out. If you're not local, hopefully you just like seeing some records. So here's a flip video of some other stuff, but this is not everything. All right, thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram. We will see you next time.